This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome everyone to Quality Hang. And as always, I am joined on this broadcasting adventure by my friend, your friend, the co-host of Quality Hang. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, dog? How you doing?
Happy 420, man.
It is April the 20th. It is I was about to say unofficial, but it's official. It is the official holiday celebration day of weed smokers everywhere, particularly in the great state of California, where the term 420 was coined in San Rafael by a bunch of high school kids, all the way back in 1971. So smoke them if you got them.
Our forefathers, long may their memories reign. Nothing like walking into the dispensary on 420 and realizing, oh, it is 420 clearance time.
So wait, at the weed house they have 420 sales? Like you can get.
Indeed. Let me give it to you like this: buy one, get another one for a penny.
Hold on, no, wait a minute. It's like President's Day, where you could go and buy a mattress half off if you do it on Lincoln's birthday. Like you go to the dispensary and they have actual 420 sales.
Yes, 100%. If this country had any kind of balls, they would let us actually advertise this stuff on TV, so you could get the four. You don't think if we could advertise it before 20 sales wouldn't be on every stitch of advertising real estate? Man.
Well, listen, the pharmaceutical companies ain't gonna let that happen because they basically have a monopoly on being able to advertise drugs legally on television and other platforms. By the way, if any pharmaceutical company wants to sponsor, along with our fine friends at Hop Monk Taverns, our presenting sponsor, if anybody from the pharmaceutical industry wants to sponsor this show, by all means, we don't give a shit. Okay,
not bad.
Right? As long as the check's cash, we don't really even care if the product works. And we don't want anybody to die.
That's right.
But
where you at?
I mean, listen, if the side effects are worse than the disease that you're treating with the pill, that's not our problem. Okay.
That's right.
So listen, we're just in it for the money, just like you.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. And if an enterprising weed company would like to sponsor the show, okay.
That's right. If you want to name a strain after your boy, feel free. Free.
It is amazing and it's good. Even though I'm not a smoker, it is awesome that it is accepted, it is legal, and it has been taken from, I guess pour one out for your neighborhood weed man. I mean, that guy's basically been put out of business in certain states. But the fact that weed is legal, the stigma is gone. I mean, I would dare say that we're a better society for it.
I would concur. I feel like if politicians would smoke more weed before they had meetings, there'd be a lot of wars stopped because everybody be too busy going to White Castle.
Brother, you ain't done nothing but just speak God's truth.
That's all they do.
Before we start popping off at the mouth about this, that, and the third, all of our elected representatives need to hit Billy Bong Thornton.
Yeah, that's right.
They all need to take a pull off of a Fat J, or they need to take a THC pill, something to calm you down, something to even you out, something to make you think about your fellow man, or just something more than yourself. Yeah,
smoke one, get a little burger, throw on some 70s rock. Put on some gigantic headphones or not.
Let the neighborhood hear it. That's fine with me too. Happy 420 to all of you. And we are more than excited that we are a part of your 420 plans. And yes, this show gets much, much, much more interesting if you are stoned out of your minds, especially when we get to talking robots as we will later in the show, because you know me, I love to talk about robots, particularly robots in China. But before we do that, again, we like to always thank our presenting sponsor at the very beginning of the show, and that is, of course, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns, 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. And at all 3 locations, they all do the same great things. Fantastic food from a wildly diverse menu, a craft beer selection that is absolutely out of this world, and a live music, live entertainment selection that is just as diverse as the menu and the beer that they serve. Make sure you check them out online at hopmonk.com to see what they have coming up at all 3 locations, because you'll have touring acts from around the country stopping by. Hop Monk venues. But for me, I love it because it's a place for local artists to be seen in Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. So it's a great place, whether it's for you to see someone that you've always been a fan of or become a fan of someone new, and that person just might be your neighbor here in the Bay Area. What's great about Hop Monk is that it's a space for people to go and see their neighbors and hang out with their neighbors and have a good meal and have a good time. So again, follow Hop Monk online at hopmonk.com. Definitely follow them on all the socials, but the best way to experience Hop Monk is to actually experience Hop Monk, and they've got 3 locations to choose from. And I promise you, live entertainment-wise, you'll find something there that you'll like. Food-wise, excellent, and like I said, craft beer, that is what they're all about. So check them out and tell them the fine folks at Quality Hang sent you. All right, let's get this bad boy started. A busy news day as far as the Bay Area sports scene is concerned. And it all got started this morning. A really big deal for a very important member of your San Francisco 49ers. Marcus, it was about 90 minutes before John Lynch was scheduled to speak to the media right before the NFL Combine. All right, so we're talking end of February. And Trent Williams's people, his representatives, put out there in the ether that Trent Williams wanted a new deal. That was late February. Well, on the first day of voluntary OTAs, the Niners took care of business with their biggest, and I would definitely say their most important player, Marcus, as Trent Williams got himself a brand new deal. And there's a party at his house tonight. 2 years, $50 million on the contract extension. But here are the important numbers: $22 million signing bonus and $37 million guaranteed. There was a lot of talk that the Niners would lose this fight, to phrase it that way, with Trent Williams, Marcus, that they would either end up trading him or it would be a very contentious negotiation that would last into later on this spring, possibly into the summer and into training camp. But the Niners wrapped it up neatly and quickly. Trent Williams stays on Brock Purdy's blind side. And for years, it was the norm, really, Marcus, for the Niners, that contract negotiations would go into the summer and go into training camp. Brandon Ayuk, it was the latest and last one. The Nick Bosa contract situation bled into the summer. But over the past couple of years, they've gotten them done in the spring, well before you get to training camp. The Brock Purdy deal got wrapped up really quickly. The Fred Warner deal, the Kittle deal, and now the Williams deal, they all got wrapped up pretty quickly. So the Niners get a guy that I thought that they were going to keep anyway. They were not going to give Brock Purdy all that money and then have him be unprotected by the best left tackle in football and one of the greatest of all times. And the Niners continue, Marcus, to have a really, really good offseason. But it makes sense to keep Trent Williams, even though he is 38 years old, same age as Steph Curry, by the way. Trent Williams, like Steph Curry, when they're not hurt, still playing at a high level, and them the dudes you want to keep around on your team.
Yeah, I mean, you had to know. I think I've said this multiple times about Trent Williams. That dude knows how to get his money. He knows how to get his.
You ain't lying, brother. Listen, he knows 2 things: how to play football and how to get paid to play football.
He knows I mean, whoever his team is or whatever, they are a well-oiled money printing machine.
Yes.
And good for it. Because if you can if you can pay if you can play professional football into your middle ages and still get fat contracts like this, you've been blessed and you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad at him at all.
And again, he is. I think when healthy, Christian McCaffrey's their best player. You can make an argument for Fred Warner. You can make an argument for Brock Purdy, especially considering the importance of the quarterback spot. You can make an argument for George Kittle in terms of what he means to that offense running game wise, and obviously what he does in the pass game and what he provided them, before they picked up Mike Evans this offseason, what he provided them in the red zone. But to me, Trent Williams is the dude that gets it going because he makes it easier for Brock Purdy to do his job. He makes it easier for Christian McCaffrey to do his job. He makes it easy for whoever's playing left guard next to him to do his job. He makes it easier for that offense to operate at the capacity that they need to operate. And I've seen way too many Niner games. I've seen enough Niner games where you didn't have Brock Purdy, where you didn't have Christian McCaffrey, where you didn't have George Kittle. And I've seen them have success in individual games. Mm-hmm. But I can't think of a game where Trent Williams didn't play, and I go, the Niners look good in that game. To me, that's how important he is.
I mean, this is actually kind of dovetails into the overall 49er situation is can they stay healthy in the coming year? That's really the only thing from my standpoint that's really held them back, like been the biggest impediment for them achieving what their championship level goals year in and year out. It's just too much.
Yeah. And looking here at their off season, it's been a good one, man. Obviously, the Trent Williams deal, that's at the top with that happening today. But Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Dre Greenlaw coming back, Osa Odigizua helping the Niners in an area where they're deficient, getting a pass rush from the interior. Eddie Pinheiro, getting him back in the mix. I mean, there was a couple of games last year where if they didn't have Eddie Pinheiro, they probably lose one or both of those games that I'm thinking about, and getting Raheem Morris in there, who obviously is tight with Kyle Shanahan, and there's a bit of consistency or continuity is the word I'm looking for in that regard, in that relationship. So, I was saying this to somebody a little bit earlier. This is going to be one of the most all-in football seasons you've ever seen, not just, from the Niners, but I think of any football team over the last 25 years. And Marcus, you're 100% correct. You can say this about a lot of teams. But I think with the Niners, it's a really acute thing because of their injury history and because of the players that they have and the players that they've acquired this year with Mike Evans and Dre Greenlaw, is that health is important. But if these dudes stay healthy and they hit on a couple of these draft picks, we'll get into a little bit later on in the show. I mean, this is a Niners squad that on both sides of the ball, I mean, they stacked, brother. They're stacked. But this is, you better get it now because the future is coming up on you fast.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I'm most concerned of for this team is they ain't young. Nope. Brock Purdy is the kid, but the rest of the squad is getting a little bit low in tooth. And it just becomes one of those things where people are going to be like, okay, it's time. It's time to deliver on the promise. Yeah. And what's screwed up is that people don't, and maybe it's fair, but people don't accept the reasons for things not happening. People don't accept the injury-plagued seasons that they've had. Those are reasons that but you're not able to get it done. Mm-hmm. The fact that last year they had all these injuries and they still managed to get as far as they did says a whole hell of a lot about what they got going on over there in Santa Clara. And hopefully these signings really help them out. I for one, am still a little bit skeptical, but I also feel like this is a coaching staff that gets the most out of their players.
Yeah, they have to hit on this first round pick, whomever that person may be, in whatever position that they play. They have to hit on that. That person has to come in and has to come in and play well. But I think for the Niners,
what pick do they have, Rod?
27.
Ooh.
So they would like to trade back, but there's a lot of teams that would like to trade back because there's this draft sort of thins out, for lack of a better way of putting it, once you get to the bottom third of the first round. There's a lot of value in the second round, a lot of value in the third round, especially at the top of the third round. So there's a lot of teams who would love to ditch their late first round pick, move back, get another second round pick, maybe get an early third round pick. So when you have so many teams that are desirous to do that, I think the chances of the Niners being able to pull that off singularly is just my own personal opinion. I don't know if that's going to happen. So for me, I think they're going to stay where they are. But
I would.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you could get yourself a good young edge rushing D end at 27. I'd like to see him get a safety at 27. My own personal deal.
What do you think they do? Is it going to be a best available player, or is this going to be drafted for need? And what do they need?
Well, see here. So they need a left guard. They need or could use, maybe that's the same thing, a defensive end to get after a quarterback. As I'm saying, they need, in my estimation, a safety, a free safety. Somebody who can cover, somebody smart, ball hawk, somebody who can get down there and help support in the run, somebody who understands coverages, somebody who can read and not react, but read and give you something because they've been proactive. But I think if we're just going to talk about what they need right now, it's defensive end and an offensive guard, or take a tackle that you could slide to guard, because now this is it for Trent Williams, right? This year and next year. And after that, they're going to be out of the Trent Williams business. And I think Trent Williams is probably going to be out of the business of football. Getting somebody who you can have play left guard next to him for a year or two and then slide him over the left tackle, I think that qualifies as a need now and something that can help you in the future. I just don't, and I ain't even talked about wide receiver, but for me, I don't think that's necessarily a need, because I'm a believer in Ricky Pearsall. Obviously, what they have with Mike Evans and Christian Kirk, I'm completely and totally fine with that. And I think you can get yourself a wide receiver of note and of value in the second round. There's a lot of wide receivers out there that a lot of people are saying are good for you to take in the second round. So those are the four positions. But if we're just going to stick with the word need, if that's kind of a flashing neon sign, offensive line and defensive end. So
it's going to be really interesting. I think that the Greenlaw signing is interesting to me. I'm very curious to see how he plays, how good he is, what he's got in the tank. And honestly,
I tell you this right now: if he's healthy, Dre Greenlaw's good, real good. Problem is, you don't know how healthy he's going to be.
The Raheem Morris signing, which I like, still going to be interesting to see how that defense performs under him.
Absolutely, because it's an unknown, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, that'll be good. And I like Raheem Morris, and he's been a good D coordinator everywhere he's been. So I'm not worried about that aspect of it. But, the things takes time. And can it come together as quickly as Seattle did last year? That's kind of where I started.
No, those are all good questions. But so far, so good. Good offseason for the Niners. Oh, yeah. It's the best division in football. No doubt.
That's a tough division.
No doubt. Even with the Cardinals being the Cardinals, the NFC West is the best division in football. And the Niners are I think, well-equipped, even before this upcoming draft, well-equipped to deal with the defending champs, all respect to the Seattle Seahawks and what the Rams have done over the offseason and what, they have been able to accomplish over the last few years. I think the Niners are absolutely well-equipped to deal with that. Right here in the present and in the not too distant future. The Warriors, other side of that news making coin that we got with the Bay Area sports scene over the course of this 420. The Warriors had their post-mortem press conferences today. Steve Kerr, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry did not talk. Really no surprise there. Doesn't mean anything. They did their talking after the play-in loss So it's not unusual that they didn't talk. It is a bit unusual that Mike Dunleavy, who, by the way, we just found out today, got a contract extension. Not making a judgment, just passing along the news. Mike Dunleavy Jr. got a contract extension very quietly over the course of this recently completed season for the Warriors.
All things considered, I think Dunleavy's done a fine job.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just presenting that without content, without context. Just giving you the information. What I find interesting about his contract extension is that he's the one person on that team who is going to be a part of the Golden State Warriors next year, along with Steph too. But there's some uncertainty with Steph, not only because of his, I guess, now new chronic knee injury, but because Steph is going into the last year of his deal. So do they find a way to get a couple of more years out of Steph? I would think that's going to be the case. But that not surprising loss in the play-in game a few nights ago accelerated Marcus an offseason that I think is the most uncertain offseason the Warriors have had in a long time. Yep. But I think it's the most important offseason the Warriors have had in a long time. As I mentioned, Steph's 38. He's got this knee thing, and he's going into the last year of his deal. The Warriors may or may not have a high pick in this upcoming draft, which is thought of as a very loaded draft. They may or may not be, the Warriors, a destination for Giannis and Kawhi and LeBron. Draymond's future is in doubt. What about Brandon Podziemski? Do you extend him? But the most pressing issue is the Steve Kerr issue. Steve Kerr is technically a free agent. He's not under contract next year. And he said that he's going to, within the next couple of weeks, Steve Kerr, he's going to make a decision. Interesting bit of reporting, though, coming out of Ramona Shelburne and Anthony Slater of ESPN, because
Kerr haters will not like the story.
No, they will not. But Kerr haters will like these couple of tidbits from the story, because if Steve Kerr does come back, according to this report from Ramona Shelburne and Anthony Slater, by the way, two very good reporters. These aren't just a couple of
these not scrubs.
They don't throw shit against the wall. Yeah. These are two very good reporters. I would dare go as far as to say I trust their reporting explicitly across the board. But it is interesting. And if you're a Steve Kerr hater, you're not going to get what you want, because I think Steve Kerr's coming back. But you might get Steve Kerr being forced to change to a certain extent because of the desires of really Joe Lacob. If Kerr returns, the report from ESPN said, they will discuss staffing and what management believes is a need for philosophy tweaks. Focusing on diversifying the offensive attack, there has been a feeling internally that they were too reliant this season on three-point variance. That last part, I absolutely agree with, because there were way too many times where they were just spamming threes. It seemed as though it seemed as though it was a plan that was not one that was necessarily going to be sustainable.
Yeah, it's funny that those are the things that come out of that, because I mean, the players, Steph and Draymond and the coach have openly said these types of things in terms of diversifying the offensive attack and doing more than taking threes. Mm-hmm. The problem is they have not had the players to necessarily tweak the attack. And then in terms of philosophy tweaks, what does that mean for the offense rotating around Steph Curry? Because right now, that is how it is built. So what does that philosophy tweak mean? Does it mean less reliance on the gravity of Steph Curry? And does it mean a smaller role for Steph Curry? Like, what are we talking about? So it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, here's what I think about that. I think especially if they bring back Kristaps Porzingis on a very friendly deal, and we talked about this before, no more than $17 million a year. That's just the way I look at it, because he's not only, and I don't even mean this as a slam, but we saw it. he's unreliable just because you don't know if you're going to have him or not. His availability is questionable. But we saw Porzingis. He's tantalizing offensively, but defensively, he is what he is. He's somebody you can hunt if you have the right players, and he can be in certain matchups a defensive liability. But I say all that to say this: if you bring Porzingis back, that pick and roll with Porzingis and Steph Curry, that's an interesting dynamic that the Warriors have not had. Exactly. So, a little bit more pick and roll, which is not something the Warriors necessarily do, because I think more than anything else, they just haven't had the talent. But that means the ball more in Steph's hands, which means you have more people paying attention to him. Right. Yeah. But they really they don't want Steph to have 10 eyes on him. They would rather Steph move, cut, get the ball, pass it, relocate, see if you can get defenses to scramble. I think that's still effective. I do think to a certain extent, teams that have the defensive talent and defensive intelligence, they're a little bit harder to fool with that kind of offense because they've seen it, they know what's coming, and they have, like I said, the players and the defensive intelligence to not get fooled and not have two guys go at Draymond while Steph has moved and has relocated for Draymond to find him. So if you mix in some pick and roll, if you mix in more Steph on ball, in my estimation, and I'm probably 100% wrong about this, but in my estimation, that's the diversifying of the Warriors' offensive strategy with a healthy and available Steph Curry, I think could be beneficial to them here in these next couple of years where they're trying to maximize getting the most out of a still deadly Steph Curry at times.
Yeah. I think that's what you have to do. And I know that's what they've been trying to do, but you got to have the horses.
No, you're right. You're right.
Particularly with Steph Curry no longer being the guy who's going to dominate you every single night.
And I'm sure that's Steve Kerr's point. Like, kind of look at what you've given me.
Yeah.
You want me to play in a different way. The only dude I could count on is Steph. The only guy I can, he's limited offensively, but you could count on Draymond. You could count on Horford too, but he's going to be limited because of his age. And by the way, Al Horford said that he doesn't know if he's going to come back. I think he's going to come back. I don't think he's going to give away, one more year of basketball and another year of getting paid. So, but yeah, Steve Kerr's point, I think is just as legitimate as those who want some offensive diversification. You want me to do things differently, you're going to have to give me something different as far as talent is concerned.
Yeah, man. And listen, this is, I guess I'm one of the few people who's like really upset or moved or panicked about this stuff. I just think this is what happens at the end of dynasties. I think that you max out everything, every player, and every single dime you have trying to keep that thing alive until you get to the point where there are diminishing returns. The fact of the matter is you've not had a high draft pick except for one time in the last decade plus.
Yep.
Everything else has been essentially either late in the lottery or sometimes not even a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So you had to rely on filling out your squad with a bunch of second-rounders and G League guys that you find out. And the fact that you've been able to actually look like a decent squad most of the time says a lot about the organization, the coaching, and the intent of the players that they pick up who are there to like show what they can do. They're not out there just like walking around. They're trying to ball out.
Don't disagree with you at all. And that goes right into the second part of the story from ESPN from Ramona Shelburne and Anthony Slater that I found to be interesting. Team sources said that Laker will want to hear Steve Kerr express a hunger to continue executing the nitty-gritty details of the daily job, not a reluctant acceptance that he, Steve Kerr, should continue coaching purely out of loyalty to Green and Curry and the sentimentality of riding out this era. If Kerr decides he wants to return, there's a desire for management for him to sign a multi-year deal instead of setting up a last dance farewell tour that would be more about emotion and nostalgia than wins. I can understand that from Laker and management's side. Yeah. And like I said at the beginning of this conversation, Steve Kerr's coming back. I could see this, he's going to line it up with Steph. They are going to go out together. I would be stunned if Steve Kerr is not the head coach of the Golden State Warriors next year and for the foreseeable future. I'd be stunned.
Yeah, and there's nothing that I've seen or heard from Steve Kerr that says to me he's going to approach that job with anything less than the usual vigor he approaches it with. He says that right. He loves it, the job. He loves coaching the team. He loves being here. He talks about now how he's an actual Bay Area citizen. This is where his home is now. Like, the dude clearly wants to be here. I think that's the least of their worries. If Steve Kerr comes back, the dude is obviously fiery and competitive, and I think that's why they all get along. I don't think that's going to be a major concern. If he takes it, he's going to be in it to win it.
Draymond spoke on his podcast, and Draymond's thoughts are interesting.
Uncertain since early in my career on what happens next, but I'm truly at a loss now because you just don't know what direction will be what. Steph, myself, Steve shared a moment in what could be our last time playing with Steve as our coach. I'm happy we got to share that moment, and he didn't miss the moment. It was a big deal. I hope he's our coach next year. You want my opinion? I think not. Just because it just feels like that. It felt like that was it. I also hope I'm on this team next year. We also don't know that. And man, if it was, what a run it's been. So lucky to have had for 12 years Steve as my coach. We shall see. I don't know.
A lot of uncertainty there. I think there's more uncertainty with Draymond and his future with the Warriors more so than Steve Kerr. I believe Draymond will be back.
If Kerr is back, I suspect Green will be back.
Yes, and what I find interesting there is Draymond has a player option coming up for close to $28 million, $27.6 million to be exact. On the surface, you say you'd be crazy not to opt into $30 million. Who's going to like, nah, you know what? I'm good. But if he does that, he's going to get traded. All right. He's not going to finish next season with the Warriors. Draymond, not surprising at all, being very complimentary about Steve Kerr and understanding how special his relationship with Steve and Steph, how special that relationship has been now for the past 10, 12 years. I get a sense that Draymond is more than likely going to renegotiate and get a longer term deal. I don't know how the money is going to be funnied. I don't know if he's going to take less money, if they spread it out, something under the table. I don't know. But I get a sense that Draymond Green, you say what you want to say about him, smart dude, and he understands the bigger picture. And I think he wants to, I know he wants to be in that bigger picture with the dudes he's been with the whole time, that being Steve Kerr and obviously Steph Curry. And like I said, Steph's got one more year left on his deal. Of course, that's going to get extended. More than likely, Steve Kerr is coming back. In my opinion, it would be silly and almost career suicidal for Draymond Green to go, nah, just give me the $29 million. I'm going to put that in my pocket, and then you guys can just ship me off wherever you want to ship me around the trade deadline in February of 2027. I think Draymond Green, with obviously the insistence of the Warrior organization, they come to some sort of a scenario where they stretch out his contract for another couple, maybe 3 years, 2 years with the team option.
That's what
they figure something out with the money, and all three of these guys ride off into the sunset together.
Yep, I kind of see it the same way. I think Steve Kerr signs for 3 years. I think Steph Curry gets a 2-year extension. I think Draymond gets a renegotiated 3-year deal with a little more money, but not the annually is not as huge. The annual is not as huge. But if he goes out with $50 million over the next 3 years, $60 million over the next 3 years, that works for everybody. Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, he'll get to play with his homeboy LeBron, which has always been his dream.
There's no way that's happening. I am so frustrated. Warriors fan base has become the Lakers fan base, and the irrationality and unrealistic expectations and the weirdo opinions and perspectives and conspiracy theories is awe-inspiring at the least, Rod. And I, for one,
awe-inspiring or stupefying?
Both. And if Warrior fan wants to jump on my Twitter, I would love to troll y'all because y'all are stupid.
You do. I mean, you get down there in the mud and you just be swinging and banging with them, dog. Every time I run across one of your responses to those jackasses, I just laugh and go, Marcus out there with them fools again.
I didn't realize why the trolls did what they do, but the past 2 months, I get it. And I got to say, it's therapeutic. It's cathartic. And it makes me feel good. Because some of these people say some really dumb shit.
Very dumb shit. Well, that's where we are on social media. You can say all the dumb shit you want to. It doesn't matter. It's just it's out there with a bunch of other dumb shit. It's crazy how that works. Let's get to some NBA updates there for you. Postseason awards have started, and no surprise that Victor Wembanyama is the Defensive Player of the Year. What may come as a surprise to you is that Victor Wembanyama is the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, or maybe that is unsurprising. Also, Victor Wembanyama today became the youngest Defensive Player of the Year in the history of the NBA. Victor Wembanyama, first in blocks per game, first in total blocks, and first in steals and blocks combined. Just watching him last night in their first game in their 7-game series against Portland. I mean, when a guy doesn't have to get off the floor to block your shot, and he can move his feet and guard on the perimeter, and he could get involved in switches, and he is intelligent. He's not just big and tall and lanky like Rudy Gobert.
Oh,
I don't know what you do to neutralize how effective he is defensively because of his physical presence, 7'4" with a 28-foot wingspan. But like I said, he can move his feet. He's not a stiff. I don't know what you do to attack and neutralize Victor Wembanyama. I don't know.
I mean, really, your only hope is to get him in foul trouble, or be like Durant and Curry and just shoot over him. Otherwise, there's really nothing you can do.
I mean, but you just mentioned two guys who are two of the greatest shooters of all time.
Exactly.
Not everybody has that ability to be able to shoot over a guy with the wingspan of a pterodactyl. Because he wants you to take a contested 20-footer while he's closing out on you. That's him doing his job defensively. And if you go around him, because he does have the ability and the quicks to move laterally, because he's coordinated, because he can move his feet, he can gap you, and you might actually beat him around the corner to the basket. But because he can move his feet, and because he has extendo arms, he can block your shot even if you beat him off the dribble. I don't know what you do. And that's why he's the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year.
He is definitely a problem. And I would typically complain about this type of thing because I feel like the Defensive Player of the Year, just like you said, has become who's the tallest guy who blocks the most shots. That's what it's become. This is legitimately a strong defensive player. If he had a little muscle on him, he would be a terror. But I mean, look, dude, they had Chet Holmgren as a finalist. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, I would say the competition was very thin.
Get out of here.
Which also added to why Victor Wembanyama is now the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. But more than anything else, I name me somebody who's better.
Yeah, he deserved it. He absolutely deserved it.
You can't.
And that's why I'm glad this was unanimous and we didn't get the random journalist going, you know what? Chet. He's a monster on the defensive end. What?
Wembanyama, all he does is block shots. So I don't see him as a well-rounded defensive player. Yeah, this is one of those where Stevie Wonder could see that Victor Wembanyama is the best defender in all of the NBA. And I don't see him not either playing defensively at the standard he's currently at, which is unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, or Marcus possibly getting better. I don't see him taking a step backwards in terms of his development defensively and his development in his all-around game at all.
He's still essentially a child.
Yeah,
and he's still he ain't got his grown man weight on him yet. So
nope.
We'll see what happens in the next 5 years when he's really at his peak. What are we going to have then?
For sure. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year, the youngest and the first unanimous winner of that award, named after the great Hakeem Olajuwon. Let's get to some updates. Up until tonight's game against Atlanta and the Knicks, first round of the NBA playoffs have been mid at best. Toronto and Cleveland. Cleveland jumped out to a 2-0 lead. They beat the Raptors 115-105. That series heads to Toronto. Mentioned the Knicks and the Hawks. It was a good one. Hawks were down 14 at one point, but they take one from the Knicks. So that series has officially started. It is tied 1-1 as Atlanta wins 107-106. CJ McCollum, another light-skinned dude, goes into New York and torments Knicks fans wearing a Hawks jersey. It was Trae Young a few years ago, and now it's CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum with 32 points. Jonathan Kuminga. I'll present this information without any content. 19 points. Played all 12 minutes of the fourth quarter. Had 7 points on 3 or 4 shooting and a couple of rebounds. So
that's good.
Somewhere Joe Lacob is fuming, presumably.
Shit. Joe's gonna he better be all right. He better be all right.
Somewhere Joe Lacob is hot right now. Hot, I tells you. OKC and Phoenix, Spurs, Portland, Detroit, Orlando. Detroit just went out like Willie Lump yesterday. Detroit looked scared. I don't know why. Weird. Detroit looked scared yesterday.
So weird. Orlando is not. I mean, they're a team which I thought was talented. Should have been better this year than they were, than they showed. But they should be nothing to be feared.
Yeah,
and that boy Banchero went off yesterday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Boston, Philly. That's 1-0. That was a snoozer of a game. And my Houston Rockets without Kevin Durant. And more likely, Durant will not play tomorrow.
What is that?
Well, I can tell you exactly what it is. They can't shoot. They can't shoot. It's the same. It's the same problem they had last year against the Warriors when they didn't have Kevin Durant. They can't shoot. They can't shoot. And LeBron, has been saving up all his energy for this exact scenario where, you need me? I'm here for you.
I got you.
So, I wouldn't say that the Rockets are in trouble, but as frustrating as it was for me as a Rockets fan, there was nothing surprising about what I saw against the Lakers. They can't shoot. Can't shoot.
And, what's the face is out? Luka's out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Luka's out. You're not going to see Austin Reeves, but the Lakers apparently just have spare white boys who can shoot on retainer. And Luke Kennard comes out and shoots the Rockets right between their collective eyes. So
it's funny because he kind of got lost in the shuffle over the past couple of years because he came out as a rookie and everybody thought he was going to be something special, and then
he was special, all right. Oh, yeah, you're special.
Yeah.
Well, you're damn special.
LeBron can turn back the clock during these periods, man.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, it's in a weird way, I still think he's underappreciated. Not underrated, underappreciated.
I think we won't fully appreciate him till he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some of that with Steph and some of that with Kevin Durant. These guys have been around for so long and they've been so good. And this is not to say that people dislike them or hate them or anything of that nature. But I think their standard of excellence has been so ongoing.
Yep.
For so many years that you expect it to be there. But when it's gone, I'm not even of a mind where when they're gone, the league is going to take a nosedive. I don't believe that. But I do believe that when they are gone. Right, exactly. But I think when they are gone, people will look around and go, shit, man, we didn't really appreciate it the way that we should have. I throw Kawhi Leonard in there as well.
These are facts. It's funny because one of the things that makes great players great is their ability to deliver year after year.
Mm-hmm.
But that ability to deliver year after year sort of creates a
fatigue. Yeah.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen this before. So people take you for granted. That's how
Karl Malone ends up getting an MVP.
Yep.
There's a certain amount of fatigue where you go, it's just.
You look at Jerry Rice, and people take that for granted. Well, he played a long time, and he
played with Joe. He played with Steve. He played. He played for Bill Walsh. So those teams were stacked.
He didn't get a move named after him. He didn't get lost. Come on, y'all don't know.
Yeah. Game 2 of the series between the Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards supposedly compromised with the right knee injury. I just watched a play where he hung in the air for seemingly 6 seconds and laid the ball in. So knee looks okay to me. 50-49, about 5 minutes left to go in that game. Denver up in that series 1-0. So it looks like we are going to get 2 first-round games that are good after a weekend of NBA first-round playoff action that was not all that great.
Some of these big time, I think we take for granted how great these athletes are.
Yeah.
They can get hurt and they'll be in pain and they're still doing shit that is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're like, ain't nothing wrong with that person. No, they hurting, but they just that good. Hey, I meant to ask you about this. Have you heard this thing about Nas? And not the MC, but Nas, the one-on-one king.
Who?
So this kid Nas, he's like the greatest one-on-one player. There's this one-on-one league, right? And all these dudes are on YouTube. The guy challenged Austin Reeves to a game of one-on-one. And I sat there and laughed like, listen, dude, everybody's got their lanes. Stay in your lane.
Did Austin Reeves give him that work? Did he give him that work? Or
these NBA dudes are so next level, and people don't it's fine for we could dick around and say, "Oh, this person is garbage," but that 15th man on the bench is still going to beat 99.9% of the people they ever play.
Yeah,
he killed. You ever see Scalabrino? Brian Scalabrino. So Brian Scalabrino. Oh my God, you got to look this up. The White Mamba. Brian Scalabrino, former Boston Celtic.
Oh, Scalabrini. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Scalabrini.
I didn't know who Scalabrino was.
He was getting shit from all these kids because he's a dorky white dude and everybody's talking about I could beat him. So he did this thing where he just started showing up at people who talk shit. He'd go out there and he'd play these dudes and they would get destroyed and he had a whole series of them. Everybody was talking shit. He's like, what do you always say? I'm closer to Jordan than you are to me.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I love seeing it. I love seeing these dudes get spanked.
Now, anybody who thinks that they can hang with an NBA player, you can't even hang with a D3 college guy. All right, there's levels to this shit. Okay, all right, there's levels to this shit. All right, the worst professional basketball player is still a professional basketball player. Okay.
And getting a bunch of money overseas.
Yeah. It's like you can take away the description. This guy's good, he's bad, he's mid. You can take away the description. What you can't take away is that person is a professional basketball player.
That's right.
Okay.
He's better than you.
Someone is literally paying him to do something that you think you can do, but you can't on his level, that has allowed him to get to a point where somebody is paying him to play the game that you seemingly both share in common. There's levels to this shit.
Facts.
There always has been. There always will be. So
preach on it.
Stay in your lane.
You think you can go and do this, but you know what's funny is every time I watch a basketball movie, the reason that 90% of them are so bad is because they have actors who can't play hoop, and they usually at the tallest like 6'2", 6'3".
Well, that was the thing about
find tall dudes who can act.
Right. That was the thing about White Man Can't Jump. Is that Wesley Snipes couldn't play basketball. Was a terrible athlete. Like, remember, he was in Major League and he was Willie Mays Hayes. And you remember the scene in Major League where they wheel his bed out to the baseball field, and he wakes up, realizes he's on the field, and he gets out of the bed in his pajamas and he's running. But if you notice, it's in slow motion. The reason it's in slow motion, they said, is because he was so incredibly slow and uncoordinated that they couldn't show it in real speed. So they had to slow it down to give the illusion that Wesley Snipes, as Willie Mays Hayes in Major League, was moving at an incredible speed. And if you watch White Man Can't Jump, if you watch the way that it's edited, the way that it's shot, like, you kind of never really see him actually playing basketball. You see him a lot on the basketball court. You see him a lot with the basketball in his hand as Sidney Dean, but you never really see Wesley Snipes actually playing back. You see more of Woody Harrelson playing actual basketball than you do Wesley Snipes.
Ironically named White Man Can't Jump.
Right, exactly. You are, Marcus, by default, but also willingly, you are our hot dog expert. You are the show's resident glizzy gladiator. You, Marcus, enjoy a hot dog no matter the circumstances. I'm correct about that, right?
You are correct. And actually, over the past probably 7 or 8 years, I enjoy them even more.
That's just Marcus Osborne is a man who unabashedly and unashamedly loves hot dogs. So this is why I, on this show, when I run across these notable glizzies, I like to present them to my friend, the co-host of Quality Hang, Marcus Osborne, as our glizzy gourmet.
Notable glizzy.
I want you to give me your thoughts on another offering from another Major League Baseball team. This time it's the Colorado Rockies, where it seems like we are in a glizzy arms race where every team is trying to figure out the biggest glizzy that they can legally sell to citizens of the United States of America. Well, I present to you, Marcus, as our glizzy gourmet, I present to you, coming from the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, coming from the Colorado Rockies Baseball Club, I present to you the Glizzilla. They say,
God damn. What is that? 24 inches? 36 inches? What is this one? Golly.
What's Marcus say? God damn.
What a relish. That's the other problem. That's the real problem.
So I say to you, Marcus, stop Marcus in his tracks. Like, God damn. I say to you, Marcus, would you be able to take down the Glizzilla?
Yeah. That
is an aggressive picture right there.
I don't know how big. Like, it looked like they had to make a special container for it, like its own coffin.
It's like a Magnum condom for a hot dog. It's just a bigger container.
God damn. I can take it. That's probably like 2 or 3 hot dogs. I could definitely do that. I can do that.
I gotta put my glasses back on. So many questions I have. Again, it's aggressive. I guess the part that me as someone who, I mean, listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't choked down a couple of meat rockets in my day. I have. All right. I'm not ashamed. All right. But what I find so aggressive about the Glizilla is how its length escapes the bounds of the bun, which is already a bigger sized bun. It wouldn't be as threatening to a guy like me if the entire length of the Glizilla was actually encased in a bun that was of appropriate size. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
I mean,
clearly I've thought about this way too long.
How many pigs have sacrificed to make that one hot dog? Jesus Christ. Jesus. Unless it's like all beef, then
So you say you ain't scared of no Glizilla. You could get down. You could
I could chop that up to like 3 different hot dogs. That way.
It could be an all-game snack.
Easy money.
Okay, so that's
easy money.
There you go. There you go. If you find yourself going to a Rockies game, you're probably being held against your will, and I would try to find someone who could get you out of this captive situation as quickly as possible. But if you're there and you are at a Rockies game being held against your will, enjoy Glizilla, and please report back to us on your findings, and let us know if you were able to handle all of that hot dog. So
that's insane.
The glizzy, it's intimidating is the word that I would use. It's I don't know about the Glizilla. I don't have it in me, and I'm not afraid to say it. If you are a long time connoisseur of quality hang, you know that one of my things is I'm just warning people about the robot revolution that is coming, and it's not going to be pretty, folks. See, they're softening us up with Roombas and robots that look cute and help us.
Yeah.
But make no mistake about it, an apocalyptic future is coming, and robots are going to take over humankind and enslave us and possibly kill us. I hate to lay the heavy shit on you, but it's going to happen. I'm just trying to warn you. I'm just trying to let you know what you need to look out for. And the country you really need to pay attention to is China, because they've got some devious shit going over there with their robots. But they're trying to soft sell it, right? Like, look at these cute robots. And now they're trying to show us, oh, look at these robots. They're trying to be athletic like human beings. So we go to Beijing, China, where they have robots running half marathons.
Dude,
look at this.
This is crazy.
Look at this. We're gonna rewind that back, because imagine this chasing you down the street. All right. This is a problem, a big problem. Now imagine that robot by the thousands chasing you down the street armed. Wow. This is a problem. But here's the point.
Don't get tired.
Because the robot ain't never going to get tired. However, they're still just a little bit off in terms of these things really being a problem. Because while this robot running is absolutely terrifying, we still have a little bit of time, because they're just not on point all the way just yet. Again, this is terrifying. One singular robot is terrifying. Imagine this by the hundreds or the thousands. That's a problem. But they're just not dialed in.
Running as fast as the cart?
Yes. Yeah. But here's the problem right here. Robot down. Yeah, we're gonna run that back, because old Sparky the robot here. Oh, that's a good one.
What they're gonna do? They're just gonna put that driverless technology on it, so it won't be running into walls and stuff. And that's it.
But right now, it is face down, robot ass up. It is a wrap, and there he lies,
there
short of the finish line.
There's no foot races that you're winning with these things.
No. I'm telling you, man, the future is not
wow.
going to be good for human beings. And you see, they bring out the stretcher for the robot, but it's a wrap. Oh boy,
Dude.
man down. Robots,
Just
down.
get out the car and put your hands up, because you try to run, it's a wrap.
But like I said, we still got time. Oh, by the way, there's another one here, and this might be my favorite thing I've seen in a long, long time. All right, so this one here is not nearly as frightening, but its eventual fate is fucking hilarious. All right, much slower, and pow!
Oh, damn! Damn!
And wait, they bring out the stretcher. The stretcher is the best part. Why they bring it out a stretcher like it's a human being? Just put the parts in a box and keep it moving. What's with the stretcher, guys?
Damn!
Man, they picked homie up, moved him away. Are we gonna watch it again?
Shit.
Is the Pope a Catholic dude from the South Side of Chicago? The answer is yes. We're gonna watch it again, and he is a Catholic dude from the South Side of Chicago. It's all good until pa. The death throws on the ground is the best part.
My man was like, I fell down and I'm gonna throw the biggest tantrum on the planet, and just throw parts everywhere. It's like he exploded.
The sound of it. So, folks, the future is frightening. These robots that I'm having a good, hearty laugh at are going to kill us all. But in the meantime, they're just not at that point. So let's point and laugh at them, because the robots are going to take over. And they're going to take over, and it's going to be bad for us. So
Amazing.
Yeah. But we do have a guy, though, in L.A. who is fighting the good fight. And I wish I knew who this guy was, because I'd shake his hand, because he's treating these robots the way they should be treated. Have you seen the food delivery robots?
Yes, man.
Right. So they're basically little boxes with wheels that deliver food. The food's inside, and they take it from wherever the food was prepared to the person who's asking for it. Well, a guy ran across one of these food delivery robots in L.A., and this dude right here, he's like, I think he's going to be our John Connor. He's going to be the guy that leads us in our fight against our future robot overlords. Because listen to this guy give this food delivery robot the business.
Hello, what do you want? What do you want? You want me to press the button for you? You want me to press the button for you, Mingo? Fuck you. Press it yourself. You took a human's job and you want me to press the button for you? No, hello, fuck you. Excuse you. Yeah, excuse you. I'm not pressing nothing. You press it. You sit there, you took a human's job, you take over our infrastructure, and then you want me to help you out? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Press it yourself. Oh, that's right, you don't have fingers. You got the green light, but you can't go because you don't have the walk signal. But you don't walk, you roll. Well, that's too fucking bad. Again, it's a cold war. You can sit here all night. Tell whoever's food that is to come press the button for you. It's not my problem. What the fuck you ever done for me?
And Rod, he was never heard from again.
A Chinese robot ran up on him and whisked him away to some sort of secret black site. Yo, that dude is a real one, man. He cussed that robot smooth out.
I'm mad at you. That's hilarious.
So there you go. That is this week in robot technology. All right, let's do some on this dates. We'll wrap the show up here with some on this dates. April 20th, 420, for those of you who partake. On this date in 1978, Rick James released his debut album, Come Get It.
So good.
So good. I wonder what he meant by Come Get It. Anyway, standout tracks on this album include my favorite Rick James song, You and I, and Mary Jane. It was on this album, Rick James, Come Get It, released, I don't think coincidentally, Marcus, on April 20th, 4/20, 1978. Mary Jane, 4/20. You see me put 2 and 2 together and get
complete sense.
1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
Went and saw Jamie Foxx this past Friday.
You did where?
Yeah, at the new Henry J. Kaiser Center in Oakland.
How was it?
It's great. He shot his new Hulu special there.
No way.
Yeah, he was shooting his special there, so we'll probably see it in the next month or two, maybe month or two. Yeah, but yeah, it's funny because he's getting back to stand up, and for most of us who know, Jamie was a great stand up comic.
Very funny. Very
he
funny.
Was great, and it's good to see him getting back out there trying to do the stand up thing, and I think that stroke really like messed with him, man, and sent him back to his roots. That's the way it came off when we were watching the show. But it was good to see him back out there. He looks good, sounded great. Yeah, this special is going to be pretty good.
Nice. Rick James.
That was the whole point.
Yes.
He kept singing Mary Jane. That's what it was. His DJ kept playing Mary Jane.
Of course.
As
Great
an
song.
accent to some of his punchlines.
Yeah. Rick James released his debut album, Come Get It, on this date in 1978. On this date in 1986, Michael Jordan detonated against the Chicago Bulls in Game 2 of their first-round playoff series in 1986.
Celtics?
Against the Celtics, against the 86 Celtics, one of the greatest basketball teams of all time, the eventual NBA champions of this season. I love watching this video for the obvious reason, seeing Michael Jordan in one of his greatest performances. But watching this video through the lens of how the game is played today, what blows me away, and it's a different game, literally. It was only 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Is he's never double teamed in this game. Now there are times where they throw 2 guys at him, or 2 guys will come together to try, emphasis on the word try, to keep Jordan from getting to the basket. But if you notice looking at these videos, he goes one-on-one against the entire Celtics team. Bird got it, Ainge got it, Walton got it, Parrish got it, McHale just got it right there. Dennis Johnson, he damn near fouled Dennis Johnson out. He got to go one-on-one after scoring 49 points in Game 1. So they knew Jordan was all the way live. This what happened in Game 2 with the 63 didn't come as a surprise, but they never double-teamed him, and they never took the ball out of his hands. They never denied him. They didn't. It was only 40 years ago, but they didn't double-team in the NBA. That's crazy. Right now, that's not going to happen because you'll send a double team at a guy.
It's such a it just goes to show you this is such an ISO heavy offensive era. And 5-on-5 was literally 5-on-5. Period. Like there's no double team, and also illegal defense and all that stuff definitely played a hand in it. And it was also let's not forget one of the other reasons that he was not doubled was that basically he was. This is not talked about enough. Michael Jordan sort of flipped offenses from inside out to outside in.
100%.
That era, the center was the key to everything. Yes. And they would double the centers, but they wouldn't double guards.
And clearly the Celtics' point of view was, we'll let Jordan get off because they don't have anything else behind him. And this game went to double overtime, and the Celtics eventually won, and obviously the Celtics eventually won the series, and the Celtics eventually won the NBA championship, beating the Rockets 4-2 in 1986. So clearly the Celtic strategy was a sound one for the time, but I just find it amazing that a player of Jordan's talent, in 1986, so you knew what he was all about. Like I said, he scored 49 points in Game 1, so the Boston Celtics were aware of how good Jordan was offensively.
Second year, his third year.
That was his 1980. That was his second year. So the word was already out. Everybody knew. But just to watch the game, watch this game one of the greatest NBA games of singles performances of all time. Still the playoff record, 63 points. But to watch how the Celtics tried to defend Jordan and to think about it through how the game is played now, how deep, with the double teams and the switching and all that kind of stuff. For the Celtics to just say, nah, everybody's going to have to just get a chunk taken out of them by this guy, and we're not going to let anybody else score. It's just wild to me when you think about how the game is played now.
It is insane. And look at the pace of it is so different too.
Yes. Yeah.
Like they were working at full clock.
Yep.
It's insane, dude. And by the way, I was looking at Bird's numbers in that game. 36, 12, 8 assists, 2 steals, a block.
Larry got his.
29, 8 of 9.
Larry got his. Jordan was 22 of 41 from the field, 19 of 21 from the free throw line. Did not take and make, obviously, a three-pointer in that entire game. Michael Jordan scored 63 points, and it was all ones and twos.
One of the most amazing things about Michael Jordan, really he's not given enough credit for, is his efficiency. He's a career 50% scorer. Yeah. And he's a guard.
Yep.
Like, that's wild.
Yeah. In a league that was, as you mentioned, in the 80s and into the 90s, in a league that was based around the center. He flipped the game. The game. It went from a big man's game to a guard's game. And we are still living in the era that Michael Jordan ushered in with his singular brilliance. And that singular brilliance was on display on this date in 1986. Michael Jordan scored what is still an NBA playoff record, 63 points in a playoff game at the old Boston Garden. So there you go. On this date, 4/20, Rick James released his debut album, Come Get It, and Michael Jordan detonated for 63 points against the Celtics. All on this date, April 20th. There you go. We always end the show with the best thing that I've seen today. I spend too much time on the internet, way too much time, and I see a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff to be seen.
Some not so good.
Yeah.
Some of it really good. One thing I seem to find once a day, it's the best thing I've seen. And I show it to you in hopes that it becomes the best thing you will have seen today. The great Big Boy, B.I.G.B.O.I. from the Mighty Outkast was in the television booth for the Atlanta Braves in a game recently. And Big Boy decided to try his hand at some Major League Baseball play-by-play. And let me tell you something.
What?
It's glorious.
Oh, Lord, what is that? He's a magician.
Already.
Get on up through there. Pop your collar. Yeah. Yeah. There, they caught him with a slip. Ooh, that was slick. You got to put the mustard and mayonnaise on this next one.
That's right.
Don't juice him up. Come on, man. Get the genie out the bottle now. Come on. It's Atlanta. We ain't playing no games tonight. There it is. You got him. Yeah. What I tell you? Go on, sit down somewhere.
I don't know what he said, but it was enjoyable.
Love it.
That's the best thing I've seen today.
Love it. Golly. I would actually watch more baseball if Big Boy was out there doing play-by-play. Are you kidding me?
I don't know how we can make this happen, but Snoop Dogg and Big Boy.
Oh man!
Just give me one game of Snoop Dogg and Big Boy
so sweet
doing play-by-play. I don't need you to try and smooth off the rough edges. I don't need you to try and put them in the box and say like, "Hey, listen, guys, you got to give the score every couple of minutes, or you got to do this, or you got to know what pitch you get." None of that nonsense. I just want Big Boy and Snoop Dogg, presumably stoned out of their minds.
And watching the way regular people watch.
Watching the way regular people watch. Exactly. I gotta have that. I gotta have that.
Yeah, man. They need to get this done.
Gotta have it.
I would watch games every single night.
Hey, listen, you want more minorities watching baseball?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can't think of anything more attractive than Big Boy and Snoop Dogg describing a baseball game in a way that only they can describe it. More than likely filter through a haze of marijuana smoke, in their brains and possibly in
Get
the booth.
on up in there.
Get on up in there. Yeah. Is he talking about baseball or something else? I don't know. That's what makes it so good. Anyway, Big Boy doing baseball play-by-play. That is the best thing that I have seen today. And I think that is enough of the 99th episode, Marcus,
99
of Quality Hang. And tomorrow, April 21st, will have been a year of Quality Hang. We did episode 1 of Quality Hang on April 21st last year. So here we are, 1 year into the Quality Hang era. And I saw this stat. Most podcasts don't even last a year.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah.
We've already done something that statistically we were not supposed to do. We ain't going nowhere.
That's not even counting the audio version that we were doing before.
Yeah, I mean, how many hundreds of those did we do? So yeah, man. I just want to thank everybody who supported us from day one. Those of you who have gotten in midstream, we appreciate you, and we thank you for your support, and we hope your support continues. And we always appreciate our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. Check them out online at hopmonk.com. More than anything else, make sure you check them out in person. Again, 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. No show this upcoming Thursday. I have NFL draft duties to handle for NBC Sports Bay Area, but we will be back in the mix like sugar and cake next Monday for episode 100, which will be probably just a regular episode. I don't think we're going to do anything special. Maybe we will. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet. But anyway, yeah, man, it's been a whole year. So happy birthday to us.
Whoop, whoop. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Well, that they active in the comments. Well, at least it looks like Battle is active in the comments.
Oh yeah,
Just Battle is going crazy.
What did I do, or what did he do, or what is
Nothing.
he doing?
He just
yeah, our man Jason. Yeah,
Godzilla. I'm kicking the robot.
the giant hot dog and the robots got him. Yeah, it activated him. No, I love my man Jason. Love my man Jason. Love all you guys. Really do. Thank you. Really do appreciate you. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. We will see you next Monday. And as always, be good and be good at it. We'll see you. Bye.